So ladies and gentlemen, as you can tell by the channel recently, I've been talking quite a bit about one of the biggest political moments in history, Trump surviving getting off, the whole aftermath of it all, horrific situation. And in this video today, I think it's only right I carry on that trend because we have to take a look at what happened at the RNC convention yesterday. Trump came out and spoke about the whole experience and paid a very emotional tribute to the firefighter that lost his life. We'll also be taking a look at this hilarious clip going around of Hulk Hogan hulking up and speaking about trumpamania, brother, and ripping his shirt. Don't expect me to do the same thing. I can't do it as well as he does. And then finally, news is going around that Joe Biden is about to drop out of the race. So a lot to get into in this video today, but before we get into it all, if you could, as always, make sure to leave a like rating, as it really helps out the video. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video, comment on this video, share this video, and ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, and let's do this. So ladies and gentlemen, I think it's only right we start off with this video here. As I said, we're gonna see Hulk Hogan hulking it up, Trumpomania, brother. I can't tell you how many times I've watched this. I think it's absolutely absolutely amazing, and as a wrestling fan, I love it that bit more. Let's get straight into it.
But what happened last week when they took a shot at my hero and they tried to the next president of the United States?
Oh, here we go. Here we go again. He's ripping their shirt.
And I said, let Trumpamania run wild, brother. Let Trumpamania rule again. Let Trumpamania make America great again.
Oh man, how can you not love it? Oh, he's got the little... You know what would have been perfect? I know he put the hand to the ear, but if he walked around and did that on stage, classic Hulk Hogan just... Oh, that would have been something else. But I don't care where you're from, and you might find this cringy, but I think it's amazing. I really do. This is the sort of energy you need right now. Wow. As you can see the comments, so badass. Man, I'm so grateful to be alive in 2024. He did the ear call. It's so over. Democrats, you just officially lost forever. Absolutely amazing, man. It really is. But let's get into this clip now of Donald Trump telling the story about the whole situation. As you can see, Colin Rugg posts, Donald Trump tells a story about how he almost lost his life on Saturday. Says he will never tell the story again because it's too painful. You are witnessing history. I mean, we certainly are. Less than a week ago, this man was a quarter inch from death. Today, he is giving the most impactful speech of his career. This is a new man, and this is what a lot of people have been saying, you know, ever since that situation took place and they've seen him at this event, smiling more, etc., etc. He seems like a different guy. I mean, I think it would affect a lot of people in general, but some people it might affect negatively, and it seems like Trump has taken this in his stride. I mean, I mentioned in another video to come out at an event in front of a crowd after what's happened. Man, it takes a lot of guts. It really does. We're not going to watch the whole 9-minute speech because otherwise the video would be too long, but we'll watch a few minutes of it, and I'm not going to interrupt this. I'm just going to let you guys take it in if you haven't already. I think this is a great thing to watch. It shows good leadership. It shows that no matter what happens, you're going to keep going.
Let me begin this evening by expressing my gratitude to the American people for your outpouring of love and support following the assassination attempt at my rally on Saturday. As you already know, the assassin's bullet came within a quarter of an inch of taking my life. So many people have asked me, what happened? Tell us what happened, please. And therefore, I will tell you exactly what happened, and you'll never hear it from me a second time because it's actually too painful to tell. It was a warm, beautiful day in the early evening in Butler Township in the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Music, was loudly playing, and the campaign was doing really well. I went to the stage, and the crowd was cheering wildly. Everybody was happy. I began speaking very strongly, powerfully, and happily, because I was discussing the great job my administration did on immigration at the southern border. We were very proud of it. Behind me and to the right was a large screen that was displaying a chart of border crossings under my leadership. The numbers were absolutely amazing. In order to see the chart, I started to, like this, turn to my right and was ready to begin a little bit further turn, which I'm very lucky I didn't do, when I heard a loud whizzing sound and felt something hit me really, really hard on my right ear. I said to myself, wow, what was that?
I just want to say that's how close we were to a different timeline. It's unimaginable to think if it had gone the opposite way, what America would look like right now. It would not look good whatsoever.
It can only be a bullet. And moved my right hand to my ear, brought it down. My hand was covered with blood, just absolutely blood all over the place. I immediately knew it was very serious, that we were under attack, and in one movement proceeded to drop to the ground. Bullets were continuing to fly as very brave Secret Service agents rushed to the stage, and they really did. They rushed to the stage. These are great people, at great risk, I will tell you, and pounced on top of me so that I would be protected. There was blood pouring everywhere, and yet, in a certain way, I felt very safe because I had God on my side. I felt that.
That's what you want to hear, man. That's what you want to hear.
The amazing thing is that prior to the shot, if I had not moved my head at that very last instant, the assassin's bullet would have perfectly hit its mark, and I would not be here tonight. We would not be together. The most incredible aspect of what took place on that terrible evening in the fading sun was actually seen later. In almost all cases, as you probably know, and when even a single bullet is fired, just a single bullet, and we had many bullets that were being fired, crowds run for the exits or stampede, but not in this case. It's very unusual. This massive crowd of tens of thousands of people stood by and didn't move an inch. In fact, many of them bravely but automatically stood up looking for where the sniper would be. They knew immediately it was a sniper. And then began pointing at him. You can see that if you look at the group behind me. That was just a small group compared to what was in front. Nobody ran, and by not stampeding, many lives were saved. But that isn't the reason that they didn't move. The reason is that they knew I was in very serious trouble. They saw it. They saw me go down. They saw the blood and thought, actually most did, that I was dead. They knew it was a shot to the head. They saw the blood. And there's an interesting statistic. The ears are the bloodiest part. If something happens with the ears, they bleed more than any other part of the body. For whatever reason, the doctors told me that. I said, why is there so much blood? He said, it's the ears. They bleed more. So we learned something, but they just, this beautiful crowd, they didn't want to leave me. They knew I was in trouble. They didn't want to leave me. And you can see that love written all over their faces.
Yeah, so you can kind of get the vibe of that one. But I want to stop it there. And we're going to take a look at this clip here that was posted by Russell Brand. And it's the tribute that Trump paid to the firefighter that lost their life in this situation that took place. Let's take a look at this.
But Corey, unfortunately, we have to use the past tense. He was incredible. He was a highly respected former fire chief, respected by everybody. Was accompanied by his wife, Helen, incredible woman. I spoke to her today, devastated, and two precious daughters. He lost his life selflessly acting as a human shield to protect them from flying bullets. He went right over the top of them and was hit.
Man.
What a fine man he was.
Man, it's absolutely devastating. It's just crazy to think that somebody loses their life because, you know, somebody wants to take out the former president, you know, jumping over to save his family. Boy, but talking about presidents, Joe Biden. Now, Newsmax seems to be one of the outlets reporting on this the most. They've posted a video and it's got 5.6 million views right now. They go on to say, breaking news, President Joe Biden has reportedly agreed to step down as the Democratic nominee for President of the United States as early as this weekend. Sources tell political analyst Mark Halperin Biden will also reportedly endorse an open convention and not VP Kamala Harris. Well, that's certainly interesting. Now, obviously, we don't know how true all of this is. There have been rumors for so long that he is going to drop out ever since that debate with Trump. It kind of seems like that would be the move for the Democrats. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens with all of this. Obviously, Biden is ill. He's got the CV19. So how's the working out for you? We were told, oh no, you won't catch it if you take it. Well, here we are. But we're going to get into this now and listen to what Newsmax has to say.
Carl, according to multiple Democratic sources, this is happening all of a sudden. Everyone said it would happen gradually and then all at once, and that's what's happening. According to my sources, President Biden has agreed to step down as the Democratic nominee.
Oh, man.
It will happen as early as this weekend. A speech has been drafted for him. He will continue on as president, is his intention. He also will not, I'm told, endorse Vice President Harris as his successor. They're hoping that he will endorse an open process in which the convention will be open to Vice President Harris and a few other candidates in Chicago to pick the Democratic nominee for president. The belief is that Vice President Harris is already looking at potential running mates to go to Chicago with a full ticket, including one possibility, Andy Beshear, the governor of Kentucky, and perhaps the governor of Pennsylvania, Governor Shapiro. Other possible candidates who are being talked about include Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, perhaps Gretchen Whitmer, and again, the vice president running. On the first ballot, the regular delegates would be allowed to vote under this agreement that's being talked about amongst the president and high-level Democratic officials. The regular delegates would vote on the first ballot. If there is no winner on the first ballot, the so-called super delegates would be allowed to vote on the subsequent ballot. This decision was reached, I'm told, all of a sudden because of the high-level pressure from Nancy Pelosi, Barack Obama, and others, and as well as the decision of many of the President Biden's top aides that there was no path forward for him, that he would not be able to win this election, win the general election. and therefore he's stepping aside again as early as this weekend.
So, Mark, what are the political ramifications for a party that based much of their platform on diversity, equity, and inclusion, and they're passing right over Kamala Harris, and he's not going to be endorsing her, according to your sources?
Now, according to my sources, he will say very nice things about her. They do not want what some of my sources have been calling a Kamala coronation, that the problem, in part, that they found themselves in was that President Biden was not seriously challenged for the nomination. I'm told by some of her people, I don't know that the vice president thinks this, but some of her people believe she will win this, that she'll choose a strong running mate, that she does have the support of many of the delegates who are Biden-Harris delegates, and that she can win this basically on her own. And at least one of her allies said to me, this is better. Better to not be anointed by Joe Biden, better to show independence, better to show with a strong ticket the capacity to win the nomination on her own.
Well, Mark, that said, though, you're very familiar with campaign finance laws. He has, 200 and 300 million in his war chest right now. I believe, in my understanding, is Kamala would be the only one who could absorb that and continue on the campaign. How's that going to work when all their big pocket donors have already pushed for that?
Well, there's all sorts of money, right? There's super PAC money, there's low dollars. The belief is that a new ticket will inject excitement into the party, and that both low-dollar donors and the big donors who in the last few days have sent a strong message to President Biden that they will not support his being the Democratic nominee. So there's a strong belief that with a new ticket that they can raise money from the big-dollar donors who can give and bundle hard dollars, can give super PAC money, as well as the small dollar donations, that they will come in to whatever the new ticket is, whether it's the vice president or not. If it is the vice president, most campaign finance experts believe she does get to keep the Biden-Harris money.
One thing is so clear right now, and that is either arrogance or ignorance from the Democrats, because they truly thought that Biden was going to be Trump. To even have that thought, and they would have known about Biden's health, yeah, that's insane. Obviously, Kamala Harris would be picked for the black vote. Everybody's saying if they don't choose her, black voters won't vote for the Democrats. But I tell you, even when they hear her speak, are they going to vote for her? Because she's only got one line anyway. She's not likable. She says one line and that's it. Could you imagine her in a debate with Trump? Nah. Oh boy. Obama's probably thinking, can we do anything, man? Can we do anything, man? Yes, we can. No, you can't. I think it doesn't matter who you choose. You've lost. Just take it on the chin, man. Just take it on the chin. But I want to hear your thoughts down below, ladies and gentlemen. What are your thoughts on seeing Hulk Hogan hulking it up? Trumpamania, brother. Donald Trump, his speech and his emotional tribute to the firefighter, and then news outlets reporting that Joe Biden could drop out over the weekend. I'd like to know. Doesn't really surprise anyone, does it, that it could happen? But I want to hear your thoughts nonetheless. If you have enjoyed, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video, comment on this video, share this video, follow my socials down below in the description. But until next time, it has been your boy JD. Have a great day, stay safe, and I'm out.